On today's episode of the Command Center podcast, we're live at training camp with the fans. Let's hear it from the fans. Yeah. We got, it's congratulations, Santana. This show is all about Santana making the Ring of Fame.
Congratulations, fam.
We're really excited about that. Cowboy Killer's right, and we ask him.
Actually, he's an Eagles killer.
Yeah, that's right. And we ask AI, was Santana Moss a dog? Find out what AI has to say about that. And then we go to the moon. It all starts right now. Welcome to the Command Center podcast. I'm Logan Paulson here with Fred Smoot, Santana Moss. And guys, we're live at training camp right now, which is always fun. Get the fans out here watching the show. We got the practice happening behind us. So if we kind of look over here, because we're here at UNA, like don't fault us anything.
Yeah,
don't
fault for the noise, man. It just means there's some energy out there, some plays getting made, some plays not getting made. It happens. It's that time of the year.
And we have a sighting of a Logan Paulson jersey right over here.
Yeah, Logan Paulson jersey, man. It actually, like, sometimes it's Antoine Randall, but it's actually...
That's dope. That is Paulson,
It's actually a Paulson jersey,
It's been a couple of 82s. That's been good players for this team, though, Logan. It ain't just Randall and you.
Yeah. I know, but I always think about it, like, that's the one that I always get, like, when I was out. Like, even when I was playing, I'd see, like, an Antoine Randall jersey.
Yeah, you know what? I had that same jersey linger, if you know what I mean. When I wore 21, I used to look in the stands, and sometime it was a Dion jersey, sometime it was mine.
Well, you had some really good, like, Dion, Sean Taylor, you know what I mean?
So a lot of people wore the jersey. Yeah. So it made it hard to know if it was your jersey or not.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got to put this out there. I'm surprised both of you guys are here today.
You should be surprised.
I mean,
ain't got his voice.
First off, congratulations, man. Congratulations, Tana.
I'm more surprised for Fred. When I saw him over there, I say, thank you, God. You know, I know that's a God because he showed up, boy. You know,
I showed up last night for you, too.
Hey, I appreciate you, boy. Hey, one thing about him, if you're having a party, it ain't a party until Fred show up, man.
He does have that energy to him, right?
No doubt, man.
Like the ability to get that done. All right, we're going to talk more about Santana Moss getting inducted into the Ring of Fame at the stadium, which we're really excited about. We got to do a little bit of housekeeping first. Okay, so we got the People's Choice Podcast nominations. We got to vote, right? It's till the end of the month. So when this podcast comes out, that's going to be 2 days. So got to vote right now. There's no better time than right now. Go to podcastawards.com. There is also a link in the description. Remember, you can vote for us. You can vote for Hail Tales. You can vote for Brian Colbert Jr. And you can vote for Fred Smoot's podcast, I believe, right?
Get loud. Me and Michael Jenkins, one of the funniest sports broadcasters out there. Check it out.
Yeah, that's for comedy, which, again, like, if you're around Fred for 5 minutes, it makes sense as to why. We're doing 50, remember, take a picture of you voting. 50 winners get a signed mini football.
Yeah.
10 get a special giveaway if you vote for all the podcasts.
And think about this mini football. Them 50-minute football going to have Santana Moss name on it. And he in the Ring of Fame now, so it just went up. It went up a bit.
Value went up a little bit.
Value went up a little bit.
But I'm here to bring the value down, so don't worry about that. All right, then we got one lucky winner will win an experience, right? So that's a bake-off, judging a bake-off. That's coming to watch a live show, whatever that is. So please make sure you vote. It's going to be done at the end of the month, so don't be like, oh, man, I wish I would have voted. No. Vote now. Take a picture. Use your kid's website, your kid's email. Like,
whatever you got to do.
Let's get that done. We're really excited because, again, last year you guys really showed out for us, and we really appreciate it.
We really do appreciate it.
The next thing, and maybe the most important thing, is the Commanders tickets, right? Commanders tickets,
right there.
QR code, vote. Like, you're gonna go to the games.
You're going to go anyway, right? So if you're going to go to the games anyway, how about you do it through us? All right? When you do it through us, it's just going to send us a count of how many people doing it through the show to let everybody know that they actually watching the show. So guess what? You either going to do it through StubHub or SeatGeek or anybody. Do it through us and understand it's the quickest way to get it done. Thank you.
And also, week 1, right?
Yeah.
Santana Moss is getting inducted in the Ring of Fame.
Yes, he is.
Right? So why not buy tickets for that game?
That game.
To support Santana.
Make sure you be there.
With that QR code right there. And then, obviously, if you want stadium news, visit the website. I don't have the email on here.
And is that first game? That's the Giants, right?
It is the Giants, yeah.
I tell you what, that front, we gonna know what our offensive line is about after that game. Yeah. That's gonna be a test. That Abdul Carter, you got Thibodeau, you got Dexter Lawrence, that's gonna be a test of all tests for Laramie Tunsil, Connolly, the rest of these guys, Coleman. It's gonna be a test.
Absolutely. It's definitely gonna be a game to watch.
Huge game.
I think maybe most importantly, and I didn't know this until we started prep for the show, everyone says Tana's the Cowboy Killer, but
he's the Eagles Killer.
He's the Eagles Killer.
No, he's the guy that put the crack in the Liberty Bell. He's the guy that went to Philadelphia and said, this is no longer the capital of the United States. We're taking it to Washington, D.C., and Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States.
Did you know
right
you had
now.
more touchdowns against Philly?
And I'm just laughing at what he talking about, man. That dude, he got a slogan for every damn thing, don't he? But I didn't know that though, Logan. To get back at it, no, I didn't know that. But you know, when you playing, you don't be knowing what you're doing out there, man. You know you got stats, you putting up stats. You don't know. The only reason why you know when it comes to the Cowboy stuff is because you know it's obvious when you do what you did in 05, and then every time you get ready to play those guys, it was almost like whatever coach was here. Hey, you ready, Tanner? Mm-hmm. Like it was almost like in their head that this is the game we got to make sure Tanner gets off. So, but I never knew I had that many touchdowns against the Eagles.
I mean, it's pretty wild, right? Because like
and then, do you recall all the DBs you played? You played against Lito and Sheldon Brown, right?
I remember Lito, Sheldon. I don't know the names. You know me. I
know you didn't say the name, but I know you played against Troy. Did you play against Troy Vincent and Bobby Taylor? Lito and Sheldon Brown.
Yeah.
Nnamdi Asomugha.
Nnamdi.
Who was at the Nnamdi?
Asante Samuels was there.
All right. Asante Samuels.
I remember Santi. Me and Zont played against each other too when I was in New York, so I remember him from playing in New England.
So all Pro Bowl corners when you play against Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Some great talent.
And I will say this, you know, like Tanner doesn't really keep track of his stats. You know, like you're around Tanner for 5 seconds. You know how humble a guy is.
Yeah.
But getting inducted into the Ring of Fame for the Commanders
it's big.
Is pretty exciting because you're amongst like elite air,
man.
right? You're with Art Monk, Gary Clark, Charlie Taylor. You're third in receptions. You're fourth in yards. You're seventh in TDs. You played 10 seasons with the Washington Commanders. I mean, Tanner, like I don't think I ever heard you talk about wanting to get into the Ring of Fame, but like, what does it mean to you to be in that group of people now that you're getting this opportunity?
I mean, that's a great question, man. And it's crazy because people come to you all the time. Like, you know, Smoot know firsthand, like my friends, they act like him when it comes to sports and stats and just having the knowledge of, you know, who is who, where do you fall into the line, you know, when it comes to players. And those guys spit out stuff all the time about college Hall of Fames and, you know, Pro Bowls and just Hall of Fame, period. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at these guys like, I actually played, and it don't come to mind. I care less about it. But one of the things you do as a player, you put the work in so you can be recognized one day amongst the greats. And I think that's, if any guy say that he just played to play football, he's a lie. I played to play because that was my childhood dream, but I also put the work in because one day I want to be considered one of those guys on the list somewhere that said, well, when this guy was here, he did his thing, and this is why. You know what I mean? So to actually get recognized for it, bro, it's one of my greatest feelings ever. Man.
Hey, here go the thing, brother. We done walked on that field out of that tunnel many times together. We done looked around, read all the names. Last time we was in that stadium, your name was not up there.
Yeah.
The next time we walk in that stadium, for a real game, a regular season game,
it's gonna be there.
Your name gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
How like surreal is that? Like your name gonna be there long after you gone.
Yeah.
Your name gonna be up there, and it ain't before y'all wide receivers. Art Monk, Gary Clark, Charlie Taylor, and Santana Moss. How surreal is that, man?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. I know how I felt yesterday. I don't even want to think about how I'm gonna feel that day, bro. Like I said, I almost felt like I didn't even know what was going on yesterday. I mean, I haven't felt.
It was an out of body experience.
Out of body experience, bro. Like when I tell you, man, like, bro, you know, I walk around this thing, man. I'm always confident. Like you say, man, I'm not finna tell you I'm humble, but that's my, you know, that's just me. That's who I am. So whatever you get from me, that's who I am. So when it comes to asking for something, you know, I don't like asking people for nothing. To actually get that kind of acknowledgement, man, to have people look, I walk around and people already, Cowboy Killer, 8 to the 9. That's enough for me.
Yeah.
But to honestly be honored in that way, in that fashion, Bro, I couldn't. Hey, trust me. Bro.
You will not be able to wear shades on that day. You know that, right?
I'm gonna wear.
You gotta have
You
to
won't be
wear
able to wear shades. You might well get Oakley to sponsor you.
Hey, I'm gonna wear them, bro. I'm gonna hide them tears because I know they're gonna be coming. I know I can't hide them because they gonna be coming.
Yeah, they're gonna be coming down, man.
And I think it's interesting though, Tana, that because you never talk about it, that you always wanted to leave that mark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's so interesting because like you've never outwardly said it, but it was something always in the back of your mind, huh?
Well, the thing it was never about the stats.
Well, because I was gonna say you've always been like even like you've been so process driven. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just interesting to hear you say like
I just never wanted look, whether they had a list or not, I wanted to always be remembered by my peers, my teammates that that was that boy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I care less about where I landed amongst the others, but I wanted to make sure that when we walk off that field, you say you gonna say great things about 89, and that's all I always said, and that was my approach in high school. That was my approach in college. You know what I mean? That was my approach when I came into this league. That's why when people ask me, what was the experience like when you came over from the Jets? Like how was that different from your experience when you played there for a year? I said, you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. When I came into the Jets as a rookie, I didn't know what to expect, and then boom, I get hurt out the gate. So I wanted a different experience coming here, and I when that offseason coming here, it was one of my best offseasons because I knew I wanted to make sure that my teammates knew what they was getting.
You wanted a new introduction to your new team, and you wanted to be different than the situation that you did in New York.
No doubt.
Fred, did you? I mean, like I have a bunch of stories from when I played with Tana because like I got him like what you were in year 10 or 11 in 2010 when I came.
2010 I was in 10.
I got a ton of stories, and he just kind of felt like larger than life. You know what I mean? Because you grew up watching him. Did you have any good stories of Tana? Like, because you know, like
I'm his classmate, so it was like. And somewhat, I was a salesman of Santana.
Yeah.
Because he kept rounding you up or what?
No, because when we was coming out, all the wide receivers used to talk they used to talk the stuff. Yeah. Right? And I used to like humble them, and I used to be like, you ain't him, you ain't him, you ain't him. Like, you ain't a wide receiver. Like, David Terrell used to talk trash. Now, like, man, you come to the SEC, we'll tear you up. Like, you can't outrun nobody. Mm-hmm. Like, you ain't Santana. Like, you ain't got this step.
Yeah.
Like, then Freddie Millers will come talk to me. I'm the best small receiver in the league. And I'm like, nah, you really not. Like, I know a dude that
but you just had a lot of respect for him.
I had respect for him in college because I studied. Like, I'm studying, and I'm watching him one-step people. Like, when he do a double move, his double move don't consist of 3 steps. His double move consists of 2 steps. He can break that off in 2 steps, where most dudes take 4 steps. Yeah. Like, so in his route running, usually this is what I say. If you get a guy as fast as Santana, he can't stop. Like that's his Achilles heel. Well, Santana was fast and quick. That's a dangerous combination, man. That's like Mountain Dew, right? You drink that Mountain Dew, right?
Or like Four Loko or Surge or something like that.
Four Loko.
Before they redid it. Hey, it's like, what am I getting myself into? Yeah. Right? It's one of them things. So once you get in that washer, you understand that he can do anything I want to him. Like I told any cornerback, if you're going to play him top down. Mm. Like, try not to let him beat you.
But then you got to tackle him, though.
But guess what? I'd rather tackle him than let him run past me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you better have a plan when you talk about a guy like that. And usually with that type of speed, you don't have to account for that because they not nuanced route runners. He a nuanced route runner, and that made it even harder to stop him.
I appreciate that, but that's one of the things that I always wanted to. When guys go to comparing guys, I'm like, bro, you can talk about my speed. And I used to hate that in college when they was like, well, he's just a speedster. I'm like, if you're not seeing what I'm doing to these guys out of my routes, out of my breaks, that's where I took more pride in routing people up than really running past people. You know what I'm saying? And so when I had that recognition from my peers, because it was crazy, we was getting ready to play a game, 2014.
Okay.
My last year here. We played, it was in Houston.
Okay.
And I'm out there pregame running routes. And first thing I hear was Dre Johnson come over to me. He say, man, the DB's like, bro, you see how Tanner coming out of them comebacks? Then I go in the locker room and I come back out and Dre told me this right after the game. He say, bro, when them DBs saw that you ain't have a uniform on, bro, that made their day.
Oh, no, it's a different thing.
89 ain't dressing.
I ain't got to chase him.
89 ain't dressing. So that let me know right then and there they had respect.
Yeah.
I was in my 14th year, and they still was respecting my routes.
Because
and what I can do,
wasn't about the speed.
And I know I won fast. I won 4.2 in my year 14. So that's what I always took pride in, man. I took pride in running crisp, sharp routes and being able to show guys I'm not just a speedster.
But speed guys don't think like that.
Yeah.
Speed guys like, man, the dude's scared already.
I'm just gonna run.
I'm gonna run past him, and if I don't run past him, I'll run a short route and he won't be close to me. Like they don't think about the nuance of why am I running this route? How am I setting him up? Like you thinking about, I'm finna set him up for the next route. I might catch this route, but I'm setting him up for the Dino. I'm setting him up for something later, and that's different for speed guys. Speed guys don't think like that.
Yeah, and it's like talking about like, so again, one of those memories that you have, like remember 2010, it was like we were installing slammer screen. I don't know if you remember this, Tana. And slammer screen is basically like it's like the receiver takes a one step up, comes back, attacks the football, and the offensive line gets out, and it's just like a jailbreak screen. And I remember Kyle had a cut up of you running slammers. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So he's going through these plays, and he goes like, you know, I've watched football since I could walk.
Yeah.
And my favorite player ever is Santana Moss. Yeah. And so here is like one of the best coaches that I've ever been around.
Yeah.
Talking about how tight he thought Santana was. And then we just got to watch him be great for like, I'm not kidding, it was like 15 minutes of the meeting.
Yeah.
Of him just highlighting slammer screen, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. And then on top of that, I have a very specific memory of you in practice. And we were talking about running the hurricane concept. So it's like a deep high cross post.
Deep high cross,
and then like a 15-yard sit, and you can uncover if it's zone.
Yeah.
And this dude comes up there, acts like he's running the high cross, accelerates in the cut, and like literally off of 1 foot, like does like a broad jump.
Just a pivot.
And catches himself and comes back out. I remember sitting in the meeting room with like Cooley, Sean McVay, and Sean was basically like, if I did that, I would tear every muscle in my leg. And he was just built different. And then the cool thing about it was like you never knew that he was super cool. Like he just was cool. He never was like, you know, certain guys you're with.
You can tell by the way he walks.
No,
you can tell by the way he walks.
There's dudes that'll tell you like I'm super cool.
Yeah.
Tana was cool because he just was cool.
Yeah.
Like he just was awesome at what he did.
I have a similar story,
man.
right? When I came back from Minnesota, I had broke my jaw. So it was the first time.
So wait, you broke your jaw?
Yeah.
And you couldn't talk?
I couldn't talk for 45 days.
Oh, my God.
Hey, listen, I couldn't talk for 45 days, and my mama took care of me. She loved it. Like, when I say she talked so much trash to me, like, it was one of them things where I couldn't win.
I feel like you were.
Trust me, I had a broke jaw before, so I know the feeling.
But I feel like you were probably like making yourself sick.
Like, first of all, it was miserable for me. Like, couldn't eat, couldn't talk, losing weight. Like, it's miserable. And I finally put the helmet back on, and we come for a mini camp. I'm back here now.
Yeah.
I'm weighing 270. So I go up against Tanner.
I remember, boy.
Yeah. And when I put my helmet on, I ain't know that your jaw messes with your balance.
Yeah.
So when I put my helmet on, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of like, I can't. And I step right up to him, and he literally burns past me, right? And Los Rogers is on the sideline. You never want Los Rogers on the sideline when you get burnt. So Los is laughing at me, right?
What do you say? Say anything to you?
No. This is the funny part about it. The only thing I remember is when I turn around, you know, as a DB, when you get burnt, it happens in slow motion to us, right? So it's in slow motion. And this is what I remember. Tanner putting them hands up and them crooked fingers. He put them crooked fingers up. That's the last thing I remember when he caught the ball.
Hey, I'm going to tell you this, though. And I'm glad he remembered that because when Smoot came back here, remind you, we done played against each other in the game, but you know, when you're in the game, you're not really thinking about the individuals. You're thinking about the whole, like I said, I never thought about individual DBs. I always thought about the whole team.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at.
You got to beat the coverage.
I'm trying to beat the coverage. I'm not trying to beat you unless you're man to man. So, I don't know what, it went off instantly when we lined up. I said, oh, this joker here talked smack to me when we was coming out. I'm about, he gonna lock me up. Instantly, I caught like one of them like, I'm finna tell.
And we had just played each other.
Like I said, we had just played each other like that year before.
That year.
Oh, I got a question about that. I want to hear the rest. Did you kill him in that game, or did you guys not have?
Bro, you know it's so crazy. I think they had your boy Antoine on
Winfield.
me. Winfield was on me a lot.
We played cover 2.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin was our defensive coordinator at the time. So we wasn't going on side to side. Either you came to my side or you didn't come to my side.
I promise
he did catch a, I guess you want to call that an inside choice route.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only thing.
I promise you, until I watched that game on, like, going back and watching it, I didn't even realize I was out there playing against Smoot because, like I say, I knew the number. I knew he out there. You hear him the whole damn time. But when you in the middle of that play, man, I'm not thinking about nobody. I'm thinking about, man, what route I got, my alignment, my assignment, all that stuff. But to get back to when he got here, which I don't know, that play, I tore my groin that day.
On that play?
On that route?
On that play, bro.
He burned you so bad he hurt himself.
I didn't even know he got hurt.
I know.
I tore my groin.
He didn't act like it.
No one knew.
He didn't act like it.
No one knew because I ended up catching the ball and I was like, damn, there's something going on. And I remember I went in and Larry was like, man, lay down. And Larry couldn't find out. I went and got checked out by my guy. And he's like, bro, you just tore your groin. Yeah. And he was like, I think you need to sit down because I tore it so bad, they told me I was going to have to get surgery. And I came back and told Larry, I said, Larry, no, I'm done for the rest of the OTAs and all that. Yeah. I started doing that core stuff. I don't know, when you got here in 2010, remember I used to have these cores and stuff? Yeah. I started with those cores, doing core exercises, doing pool exercises. Bro, I played that season. No one knew I had torn my groin doing OTAs, bro. Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
It's crazy.
And the other thing about you, Tana, is we were doing something for you. I think it was your birthday, right? That just happened, right? We were doing something for your birthday, and I had to pull a bunch of clips of like what made you great. And I remember watching the playoff game in 2012. And the one thing about that game that really stuck out to me is like obviously Tana had a good game, ran good routes, but you were blocking. Yeah. And there's a couple plays you line up as a fullback. You're cutting people down, you're cracking safeties. And so to me, like one of the things that I always respected about receivers, like Pierre's one that comes to mind, is if you're willing to throw down and be that dog.
Pierre is a bulldog.
But I'm saying, but even though like 10, I'll tell you, 5'9", 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'9".
But like to be throwing your stuff in there.
Give me my half though, 5'9" and a half.
5'9" and a half. Yeah. But like the physicality that he played with, I also appreciated.
Man, blocking is want to when it comes to wide receiver. Tanner want to. Like he want to be a part of the game. Yeah. Like some receivers, they look at it as a privilege not to be a part of the run game. Like, I don't have to block. And I love them divas. Like, because them divas going to get a play away. Like, I know if it's a pass out run because if you a diva wide receiver, when it's a pass, you tense at the line of scrimmage like it's a pass. If it's a run, you lays out. You don't care.
I remember Coach Zorn. Y'all remember Zorn?
Yeah.
Zorn gave me the player of the game. We played against the Eagles. And we had just beat the Cowboys the week prior. And I went off for like 147, a touchdown. Zorn gave me the player of the game the next week against the Eagles, and I had no catches. And I'm telling you what my mindset was like. When I used to go in games and I knew they weren't coming to me, I was going to punish a safety or a corner. I was going to be his worst nightmare in blocking. Yeah. Because now I'm like, bro, I'm going to get on this tape doing something. I'm not finna be out here for 60 minutes and you see me walking around and mad. I'm going to be mad, but I'm going to take my anger and my frustration out on you. And that's what I always pride myself in doing. And I remember in high school when my coach used to tell us, like, bro, like, I want to make sure, because in high school, we didn't even get the ball, so we was always running off. Yeah. And he's like, I want to make sure that if you want to play receiver for me, I want to see you go out there and dig a safety out. Yeah. So we took pride in digging safeties out. So by the time I got to college, and my coach say, you better go out there, and they had this dude from Boston College. I know Reggie Wayne know him well. It was this guy we was all scared of at Boston College. He used to come down like a torpedo, and he was no bigger than me. But boy, when you hit him, it was like hitting a wall. And I remember my coach knew who he was. I think he was a little upperclassman. Yeah. So our coach was like, if you hit him, then you could play receiver for me. Yeah. And me and Reggie, we was going in that big. It was a crash course. Yeah. But guess what? That day we got our stripes, and everybody knew on our team because they gonna show you what the young guys doing. So I took pride into blocking, almost like catching the pass because if I block for my running back to get a touchdown, he gonna block like you. That's just like me scoring a touchdown. That's just like me catching 10 balls that day.
This is what I can say as a DB. We study players. We study body types. I have seen a couple what I call aerodynamic body types, meaning these guys are built like sports cars. Yeah. Joey Galloway was built like a sports car. And I'm talking about a strongly built foreign sports car. When I first seen Santana in college, I was like, I looked at him walk, I looked at him run, I was like, he's aerodynamic. He's built for speed. Like some guy's body is built for what they do.
Didn't you go to Miami and go to his house?
I did.
He went to my school.
I went to his school. Like, this is what happened. We had already graduated. And it's us getting ready for the draft.
Dude, how did you deal with this guy? Like he just showed up at your school.
First of all,
you know you didn't know he was coming?
He called me. Hey, where you at? I'm out here right now. I'm ready to lock you up. I hung the phone up on him. Like, hey, man, get you.
I'm in Fort Lauderdale at Chris Carter camp. Like, that's what we used to do at that time to get ready for the draft. So I'm there, and I got guys like Sylvester. I got other receivers there, and I'm like killing them. And I'm like, man, y'all stink. All right? I like, how about y'all go get me somebody? They're going to challenge me. They like, who you want us to get? I said, I want y'all to get Santana. And luckily, Sly was like, I know where Santana lives.
He gave my number.
So I called him. I like, come on, baby. I'm in Miami. Where you at? He like, what you talking about? So it was this thing, man. We always had a connection.
Nah, smooth.
Like we always had a connection.
And
it was always
man,
there.
You got to think like corners. Talking about corners, lockdown corners, coming out of college. It was Smoot. Smoot was
really?
Up there, man. Like, hey, you didn't want to. If you was playing Smoot, boy, you gonna sleep that night. You better get some sleep because you was gonna hear him, or you was gonna be one of them victims of him because Smoot had a lot of guys out there that he put to shame, you know?
Yeah, well, Smoot's a beast. You're a beast. The other thing is I'm sure a lot of fans want to hear about, the Cowboy Killer when you went off against Dallas. But we have a podcast where we talk about that specifically, Hail Tales. Make sure you check it out. It's in the podcast feed. Hannah does a great job with that. Jason does a great job with that. And that's going to give you way more detail
about the history.
Of the history of that game specifically and what happened. And I think you probably did an interview for it, Tana, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So you're going to hear from him. So let's make sure you check that out. Now, Jason is an AI guy.
Yeah.
He likes AI quite a bit. And
so he's not scared of Terminator taking out?
I guess not. But basically he was like, he asked AI a question.
Yeah.
It was like, was Santana Moss a dog? And so he put in the rundown.
Did he ask what is it?
Chat GPT?
Yeah, no free ads, dude. No,
I'm asking, who did he ask this? It can't be just
AI.
I asked the Terminator who was Santana.
It was the Terminator. That's who he asked. And so this is AI's response. Ha ha ha. I see what you did there. If you're asking whether Santana Moss was a dog in the slang sense, that sounds so like nerdy. Anyway,
that's AI.
No. I enjoyed that a computer can say, you're not asking is he a real dog, you're asking is he a dog in the slang sense. So I respect it.
And get this, meaning a tough, clutch, or standout performer, then yeah, you could say he was. Santana Moss had some serious dog in him on the field, especially during his prime with the Washington Redskins, known for his speed, agility, and big play ability. He had moments where he absolutely balled out, like in the 2005 season where he racked up 1,483 receiving yards, and he made the Pro Bowl. Fans and teammates would likely agree he brought that dog energy with his competitive spirit and knack for making tough catches.
And they ain't lying.
Dude, AI kind of just like hyped you up a little bit right
listen,
there.
They said number 4 to the 8 was so damn good.
Sure.
That is a crazy story, though. Like I heard, like when you tell me that story, I'm just like, no way.
And he ain't gonna let it. He gonna remember. People gonna remember me from 48 who didn't even know I had 48 because of this dude right here.
Yeah. He ever since you've been inducted, every time he sees you, he says that.
48.
Hey, listen, when you put that 48 on and wide out.
It's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough.
You gotta know how tough it was for me putting it on around the linebackers every day.
I was gonna say it's
literally, in college, like your locker number is basically dictate on
who the number numerically.
So that number was a linebacker number. So I was around nothing but linebackers.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show you how I was able to be in the den with a bunch of lions.
Yeah.
And be able to be who I was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You walk out there hurricane.
You out there walking out there with London Fletchers around you, and then you go out there.
Big backs.
You go out there and do what you got to do. So that told you who I was off the top. You know what I'm saying?
No, they said I'm a football player.
Everybody can't make it in those trenches like that.
No, they can't.
Because I'm gonna tell you, day one of being around those guys, guess what they do to me? First day, as a freshman, take my locker up. My locker had a ball. The ball around my lock was about this big.
Oh, the lock.
But they didn't know I wore a blade. I had a blade on me.
Yeah.
Every day. And when they saw me at practice, they was like, how you got out here so fast? And I ain't said a word. You know why? because I changed every one of their locks.
This is
Every one of them had their locks open. I say, oh, I know they did it. So I went to everybody's lock. If you were 52, I gave you 57. If you were 57, I gave you 49.
Diabolical.
I changed everybody's locks, and I locked them.
As a freshman.
This dude is sponsored by Gillette razors. Right?
So you know when you got guys on the team, they tell you like, man, hey man, we gonna haze y'all, we gonna do stuff. They do this to y'all, they do that. So my mind just went to racing like, all right, well I gotta be prepared. So when the hazing came, I was prepared. We threw down. And then when I knew they was gonna take my lockers, I was prepared. I had my blade.
I can see him going to the store. Can I have some razors? I need razors for.
I needed my blade, baby.
My teammate's about to haze me.
Hey,
dude, that's so funny.
When I tell you, when I came in from that day from practice, and I hurried up and got dressed, and they was wondering why I got dressed so fast. Them boys was 38 with me, bro.
Oh, I bet.
Hey, the next day, boy, you couldn't come in that locker room, boy. They was ready to fight, bro.
Well, we could probably talk about Santana stories all day, but we got to talk about the team a little bit. And so we're bringing back a segment that Santana loves in honor of him getting inducted into the Ring of Fame, and it's called To the Moon.
To the Moon, baby.
Basically, what it is, it's our stock market segment, because Tana, if you've been around him for any length of time, loves investing.
I call him John Stockton.
So what we're doing is we're going to kind of apply some investing terms to the team, and Tana, who's our financial guy, is going to help us kind of make good investments. Okay, so right now, who is the blue chip investment? Just the solid Fortune 500, someone to set your watch by, gonna be a baller.
So not a buy low. Somebody.
No. This is one
I want to buy a confident.
I'm trying to build my retirement. I'm trying to build my retirement. I'm trying to get McDonald's. Maybe like Caterpillar, McDonald's, Coca-Cola. Who is that for this team right now?
JD5. He is that constant stock.
Yeah.
He is that every
I mean, he's only been good for 1 year, though.
Yeah, but he's that boring stock. So did McDonald's. They made the Big Mac way bigger back in the day, and they shrunk it, and the stock rose. At the end of the day, once you got a core group of customers, you cannot be denied. And JD5, the force multiplier, has a core group of supporters. He will not be denied. Ain't no stock higher in his team. Ain't no stock higher in quarterbacks in the NFC East.
It's probably true. Yeah. But I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Is it? Are we buying a spike or are we buying that steady?
No. I'm gonna say it's safe stock because of Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's safe stock because Coleman moving the guard.
He's a stock that I would buy no matter where it's at.
Yeah.
JD5.
JD5.
Low, high, you're buying.
Low, high, I'm buying that. I'm buying. Oh, is available? Oh, let me get me a share right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me get a piece of that right now. And trust me, every time if he has a dip, I'm buying more.
Yeah.
But he's one of those guys. I mean, like
you trust him?
Yeah, I trust him that much.
I'm buying Daniel Cohen
because he is. Because it's not, and I guess the field stuff's important, but it's how he works off the field.
It's one thing like this. You can look at a season and say, yeah, this guy had a great season. We done been around that before. But you got to look at the talent. When you look at the talent, it separates everything else.
And the person.
And the person.
And the person.
And that goes beyond, you know what I'm saying, football. Like when you have a guy that's leveled like that, when you see where his foundation was built from, and how they treat him and how they make sure that he's right, you got to buy into that. Put your money there.
Me and Warren Buffett were talking, right? And Warren said,
"Tell me about him. Tell me about him.
You got to buy in JD5 coin." So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do that, all right? Because Warren, nobody gets that bread like you. Mm-hmm. Warren knows where it's gonna go up and down. Nothing gonna be steady than JD5 coin. Nothing gonna be steady like JD5.
So I think we all agree. I mean, that's the one to buy.
Yeah,
but another couple names I throw out here would be
what you got?
Laramie Tunsil,
right.
Bobby Wagner, potentially just like steady.
Yes, most definitely.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think if there's anybody that maybe Zach Ertz. Just incredibly steady, consistent.
I ain't gonna lie, and I might be
Tress Way.
Tress Way. That's why you're a financial guy, Tana.
Way to go. Now I might be buying this stock too early and too confident about it.
Okay.
But I like that Sandwich Steel coin.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
I like that Sandwich Steel coin because he's steady.
Yeah.
The person is steady.
Yeah. The person is steady.
The person is steady, and he only gonna get better. He's only gonna get better.
Dude, I like that. I actually like that quite a bit. I think those are some good names. Obviously, it's hard to beat Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Important position, consistent play.
Biotish, too.
Right kid.
Biotish
is a great one.
Yeah, Biotish.
Set your watch by that guy, man. He was fantastic last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is interesting because I think this is somewhat challenging. I think I screwed this up the last time we did it. But
you did.
Who would you buy the dip on? Who is at a little bit of a low spot? Maybe people aren't talking about him, but is gonna have a big ascension this year.
Debo.
Dude.
I'm buying a dip on Debo because everybody wants to get off him. Everybody want to talk about his stature and his size and his weight but I think he's one of those guys too. When you just watch the work, I mean, like it's one thing is saying, okay, this guy's a phenomenal receiver or this guy's a phenomenal whatever you want to call him. But we know that's not the case. He's one of those guys that you really can't critique and say that what he does until he has that ball in his hands, until he has those pads on. And when I'm watching a guy like that in our practice on this particular offense, knowing what Cliff Kingsbury like to do offensively, you got to buy it on him because he fits what we do.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that, look, we put guys in that situation last year that made them better. He's a guy that, no, I want him because he fits. He will make me look better when I give him the chance to do them same things that we allow other guys to do last year.
I would say I'm going to buy low, and I feel like he's going to see a high. Javon Kinlaw.
Dude, I love that one.
Javon Kinlaw, because everybody like, did you overpay him? Everybody like asking these questions, and I think he's going to fit everything that they want to do here right now.
Yeah.
I think he's going to fit the size. He's going to fit the tenacity. He's going to fit everything that they want to do. So I think if you really want to buy a stock low that's going to say a high, it's the Kinlaw, because nobody besides the front office believes in him.
Yeah, I almost said that one. That would have been my pick if we had talked about this before.
Yeah.
The other one that I kind of just want to float out there, and you guys can shoot this down or not, would be Von Miller.
Von Miller.
And I don't know if he ever played
I like that.
bad, but he's been a little bit banged up the last couple of years.
And that's funny how you talking about a future Hall of Famer as a buy low stock. Yeah. You know
but you know what I'm saying? Like in terms of what he's going to do for the team.
People not expecting much.
Yeah, but like, you know, if he gets 8 sacks this year and a bunch of pressures and really elevates the third down pass rush, lets Frankie Louvu stay a blitzer, like I think that could do a lot for the team.
I don't need that, Logan. I don't need 8 sacks from him.
Yeah.
I need him to unlock everybody else.
Yeah.
If he goes 5 sacks and everybody else go 5, 6, 7, 8, like he unlocks everybody else.
Yeah.
You are the attention grabber. When the quarterback walks to the line, they alerting where's 24 for the pass rush on third down.
How do we feel about the number for him, by the way?
Yeah.
I kind of think it's cool.
The 24?
I kind of like it.
At first, I thought it was it.
It got to grow on me a little bit.
Yeah, really.
I got to see it out there with him on, with pass and everything.
Yeah, I thought it was it at first.
Really?
Well, and then I was like, he did play with my homeboy Champ in Denver. So maybe now that he's in Washington where Champ used to be, maybe he said, all right, because I seen him chatting it up yesterday.
Yeah.
So maybe it was, let me put it on for Champ.
I really care less about the number. I just want him to be what we're going to need. And I think he's going to bring it because you got to think about it. Like I said, talking about our offense, when you got a guy that can do what he can do without being on whatever defense, what we do defensively is what he does best.
Yeah.
Get after the quarterback.
But guess what?
So whether he getting to the ball or not, like you said, he going to unlock other guys. So I think he fits what we do over here, man.
And guess what? When you get Kinlaw and the rest of those big guys, you're trying to run on first down to give him the privilege to pass rush on third down. And this to be third and long to be exact.
No doubt.
Dude, love that. So Debo, Kinlaw, Von Miller, and now we're going high return on investment. So someone that's maybe no one's talking about, not playing bad, not playing good, but we think is going to have a pretty significant ascension. Like the guys we just talked about, there's a little bit of dip maybe.
Yeah.
And then now who's going to ascend? I don't know.
Go Jaden Lane, man.
Really?
Yeah.
You just feel good about that?
I feel good because one of the things about it, like you got a guy that you got at a fair price, but that can do 2 things for you. See what I'm saying?
Dude, that's why he's the investment
You see what I'm talking about?
That's why he's the investment
And
guy.
so at the time, so that's like me saying that's like me buying a dividend stock that say, hey, I'm going to buy this stock for $6. And you're looking at, it's on $6. So guess what? I'm going to buy a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, it's going to pay me back monthly.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I look at J.D. Lane like a dividend stock. He's a guy that, man, look, I might not need you right now to come out here and beat nobody.
But whatever you give.
But I can use you to catch these punts.
Yeah.
I also can throw you down there and have you run down if I need you to run down on a fly or a kickoff or you name it.
Yeah.
He has that ability to do anything that they need him to do. And when you can get a guy with that kind of speed, we already know speed kills.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't play a long time in this league. It's hard, it's tough chasing a guy and seeing the back of that jersey. So I just think he's one of those guys, man. He's going to be able to do things for us offensively that we might not need, but being a punt returner and being able to change the field for us, you know, give us those first downs before our offense get out there, man. That's a huge return on investment for me.
And he's had a great training camp so far.
Already.
Like the other day,
Exactly.
what was that? Yesterday? What was it? Sunday.
He burnt my boy Mike Sanders.
Yeah, jumped up, kind of big high point catch.
Then he relaxed that body, though.
Yeah.
I like how he relaxed that body.
Yeah.
That showed me that,
Went numb
you
a
got
little
nuance.
bit. He went numb. Yeah.
So that's cool. I think a guy that's definitely having a good camp, and I like what Tana said there about dual value there. Who you got, Fred?
All right. Long time ago, I'll never forget this.
Can I float something to you?
Yeah.
Yesterday on our what is that, Field Pass?
Yeah.
When we had the live show, you were talking about some guy quite a bit.
And I'm finna talk about him now.
Yeah,
You know damn well I'm finna talk about him now. All right, here go think about it. When I first got to the league in 03, I got here in 01, but in 03 I got investments laid in my lap. At the time, I'm trying to focus on football, not so much the other stuff.
Yep.
But the person kept banging my door in. Smoot, do this. It turned out to be vitamin water.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh.
All right?
Missed that one, huh?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
So I won't miss this one. All right? All right? The human vitamin water. Tyler Owens.
Dude,
all right?
it was the same guy. Nice.
Same guy. All right, listen to me. And
like
you talking about double your investment? He plays
like
special teams.
Yep.
I like it.
And I just think, and we all
like
play
it.
with these players. Like, we all watch guys, and we be like, man, if the dude ever in front of him get hurt, he'll never get his job back. Tyler Owens is a job stealer. Tyler Owens is a dude that if he ever gets his hands on a starting job in the NFL, you're looking at a 12-year starter. I just think it's something about this kid. I think his work ethic, his when he's out there, the feel of the game, he feels it in a way that makes it easy for him. Like, if I'm looking as a coach, I want players that make it look easy.
Yeah.
He make it look easy. And I know this coaching staff. They are a production coaching staff. If you produce, you will play. All right? I'm telling you right now.
You been saying it, bro.
Invest in 40. He won't
Dude.
be ran 40 long. All right? He's going to do like Tanner did and get out of that 40. All right?
I love it. Mine would probably be Dorrance Armstrong, just because I feel like no one's talking about him. He had a bunch of sacks last year. He's been very productive in camp.
He was hot in the playoffs.
And so I just feel like he's been a good stock, but no one's talking about him. So let's buy him while no one's talking about him. All right. Now the one player, one stock that you are not going to let go. You got diamond hands on this stock. It's something that you think has tremendous value moving forward. I don't know, Tan, you want to start us off? You've been crushing it so far, so.
Diamond hands. Woo! Trey Amos.
Okay. You think that's good value there?
You know, I'm a receiver.
Okay.
And the thing I talk about the most is defensive backs.
Yeah.
And the reason why I love a guy like Trey Amos is because what I always talk about last year. It's one thing of being a corner, but I just need you to know the nuances of playing corner.
Yes.
I need you to know how to use what you have.
Leverage.
All your
distance,
leverages.
everything.
Use the sideline when you can. Use the help inside. And to have a rookie playing at the level he's playing right now in these camps, standing out and having coaches saying that, hey, this is a guy who's been stunned out today, or this guy locked this guy up. I think that's diamond hands. I'm holding him. I ain't letting him go until he try to go, and then I'm going with him wherever he goes. I'm gonna hold on to that one. Diamond hands.
I'm going rich homie Quan.
Dude, you just stole mine.
Hey, rich homie Quan. That's, first of all, his birthday is on a magical day, April 17th. All right, let's start there. All right, we share the birthday. All right, he has the birthday of a king. All right, let's start there. All right, and let me tell you something.
Birthday of a king.
He has the birthday of a king. All right, and the thing about him, he has this calm presence about him.
Yeah.
This calm confidence about him. All right. Tanner was talking earlier, like he got a little Ed Reed in him. And if you got a little Ed Reed in him, that's the unexplainable.
Yeah.
That's the thing that you can't quantify. Like, people can't quantify what Ed Reed was so good. He wasn't the fastest, wasn't the biggest, but I tell you what, you put that ball in Ed Reed's hand, and it's magical. Right? It's like rubbing the genie bottle. He gonna pop out of there and give you 3 wishes. Right? All I'm telling you is this: Quan, have fun. Quan Martin. Right? That's what I'm with.
Dude, I think that's an excellent one. That was the one I was going to pick. Was Quan.
This dude here, man.
Young player, great athlete, figuring out a new position.
More head than body.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
More mind
Very
than body.
smart.
Yeah,
Very
I
smart.
think that's going to be a really nice pick. Okay,
So who did you pick now that I took your pick? All right, like, where did you hit the reset button?
The other one that I feel like would be really good is Will Harris. Will Harris?
Yeah, Will Harris.
Will Harris.
Because, again, watching him at practice.
Versatility, too.
Dude, the versatility is the one that gets me, right? In the box, safety, nickel, play multiple spots in the defense. You can see his experience. I feel like he's ready for kind of an ascending role, so that's what I would pick. It's funny that both safeties are there, but I think we're really high on both safeties at the moment.
Yeah. I think they interchangeable.
Yep.
First of all, I think they flexible. I think they scare you because these guys can also play big nickel.
Yeah.
So it's going to be finding Waldo.
Yeah. I think, and then it makes it harder for the offense to figure out exactly what you're in.
To really get the play.
Okay, and because this is the last, really the last day you're gonna be able to vote, so we're gonna do a little bit more housekeeping. Make sure People's Choice Podcast nominations, we got to vote, right?
Right now.
There's only 2 days left.
Yeah.
Vote, please. Podcastawards.com. You guys have been super supportive of us. There's a link in the description. Make sure you vote. Hail Tales, Best History. BC, Best Host.
Get Loud, Sports and Comedy.
No, Best Comedy. No sports.
No, it's Sports and Comedy, dude.
Okay.
It's
sorry.
Sports and Comedy.
Sorry, that's my bad.
Idiot.
But yeah, make sure you vote. Make sure you vote. And then make sure you buy your tickets right here. Okay?
Yeah.
Through this website.
Right there.
Fred said it perfectly earlier.
Where's that, Fred?
Right there.
Right there.
You know what Eminem said? Right there.
Yeah, right there. But that's going to do it for today's show. Congratulations again to Santana.
Thank you.
Making it to the Ring of Fame, man. That's
you
awesome.
earned that, brother.
Yep.
You earned it. That name's going to be there for life.
Forever.
And then if you want those podcasts, or no, you want the training camp updates.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out the live shows on the YouTube page.
Yeah,
okay?
YouTube, wherever you find your podcast, anywhere.
And our live show, we have a live show. That's right.
Yeah, Training Camp Live, right?
No, Training Camp Live, but we have a live podcast.
Yeah, we do.
We're going August 22nd. We're going to be, where's the location? The Muni. That was an awesome
The Muni.
yeah,
We're going back to the Muni.
Great
Going back
venue.
to the Muni.
Make sure you. Yeah, the night before the last preseason game. Come check it out. We're really excited about it. So, podcast voting, live shows for training camp and our live show, and get your tickets. Make sure it happens.
And take the boys home, back to DC, RFK 2.0. Yes.
And then, congratulations to Tana. Make sure you guys
Appreciate you, brother.
checking out that first game of the season.
89.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to one-up Tanner and write my name in the stall in the bathroom, and my name will be forever in Northwest Stadium.
Make sure you look for that stall in the bathroom name by Fred. That's going to do it for today's show. Thanks.
Oh, man.